Hello. So I'm working on a 95 Cadillac DeVille, and after doing the radiator hose, my heater blower, after being a rainy winter mix, stopped working. And it turned out that the contacts right there were just corroded, and I just needed to file them down and the motor start working again. So my trouble I wanted to give the video about is that I couldn't get the motor out of there as a whole piece. This piece that goes in the back like that, and then oops, there was this weight on the back. So when I took this off, the weight, and that off, and took off, there's a cross brace that goes from here across, which is right here, goes across the hood of the car. I just folded the radiator hose up out of the way. Here's the brake line to the master thing, a vacuum cylinder. And it was a tight fit because I was rubbing this bolt right there. But there is, wow, 1, 2. Okay, these 3 are going to go back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 5 screws are going to go in the edge of this. And if I remember correctly, it's going to sit like this in the car. So on the very bottom is a bolt there. And I'll try pausing this and putting it somewhat back together. But basically, I got to line it so I can slide those prongs back into that motor part. And the way I got it configured now, everybody, is that this is the tarp and the bottom of the prong holds right back in there, because my reference is that part memorizing wise, but holding it just like that so I can slide things back in and get those teeth back in there without trying to break anything. So and then I got to put the screws all the way back around, and that's the fun part. So all right, I just wanted to give an overview because I found it difficult, like how the hell am I going to get this out of here? Thank you. All right, so what I ended up doing was using the back of the engine to hold it against, and then using my fingers on the blade here to push this, hold down, push, and it slid in and clicked. So now I just got to put those 3 screws in there, lock it, and I will be doing that. Right. All right, so I just started to make a mistake. I got the back on there, started with 1 screw, but I forgot to put the heavy weight on there. So I got to put the weight on there first, and then I can screw it. And I'll show you what the finished project looks like in a second. All right, so now I got the wheels on. I got the 3 bolts in, so that's the finished thing. And now I got to line up these holes with those holes, and the plug was in this orientation, so kind of basically about right there, and I gotta put the 5 screws in and such. So I'll start doing that and let you know how it comes out. One thing I noted was that this little screw right here has a coarse thread compared to these threads, and luckily I just picked it up because I know where this one is going as far as that one. Let's see, that coarse one. These that are holding the fan on are 9/32. The ones that are on the back of that motor are 8mm, if that helps anybody. And I think 7/32 was the odd little guy here, so I thought that was just important information to point out. All right, so now some of these wires, the thing's back in. I'll figure that out in a second. I think it's a good time before I get too far to test it. By the way, this is little wire here is my air conditioning thing. Goes back over this way. I'll figure that out in a second because it goes under my way. So yep, put that back in there. Screws. There's that little odd screw, that's long coarse thread. And I will give it a shot here and see if the fan comes on. Hopefully I don't have to start the engine. Come on. Come on. I do have to start the engine. There it goes. So the heater's working as far as the blower. Can't see anything, can't probably hear it. Probably could hear it then. Come on. Because it doesn't do it when the car's off. So. Well, good. It's working for the moment, which is better than when I started this project. I had nothing. So I'll pause it and put all the wires back and then a cross brace so you can see the final results. Alright, so I'm putting the cross brace on. That long bar right there. And its back edges are more tapered inward. And I'm just going to do this finger tight for the wrench because I can only hold it with one hand. And that was kind of how I repaired the blower motor when it didn't really want to come out. So when I had nothing to lose when I think it was broken, that I took the back of the motor off. As far as the weight, the plastic, it slid out, and then it barely came about. Yes, the plastic for the fan shroud rubbed a little bit on the valve cover, but it was soft versus cold and bendable, so it slid right up. And that was how I did that. I hope it helped somebody when trying to figure that out. Thank you.